Hey everybody, this is an impromptu go live for the group. What I want to do is talk to everybody, especially the new members, about transitioning. Um, what does it mean? What we're doing? How we doing it? And what's required of you if you want to follow this lifestyle. I noticed a lot in the group, especially with the new members. There's a lot of confusion going on about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what should be done. So I just want to put this video out there so you guys can watch it, look at it later, or you maybe share it with somebody else. But what is this transition about? What do we mean by that? Actually, what we're doing, we're transitioning from a mindset of eating foods, meats, and other different types of food that's not good for us or good for our body. At the end of the day, regardless of what the list says or what everybody else says, only you can decide when you're ready to transition and what's good for you or not. You may get some people saying, hey, that's not on the list, or you shouldn't be eating this. Me personally, that happened to me when I first started, transitioning and joining the group. I loved black beans, and I was eating them every day. That's when I first went vegan. And someone told me they wasn't on the list. I said, oh, wow. So I went back, checked the list. It wasn't there. Now, the list is a guide to eat foods that are that would give you that alkaline environment which we're trying to get to. If you go off that list, you're not going to croak the next day. But it's just to keep that state of alkalinity so you can keep a healthy body, keep diseases away. Especially, and one thing I do, especially the parents, you do want to pay attention to is this is totally up to you, but if you're not going to participate in vaccinating and other medicines or taking pills, you want to truly pay attention to what you put into your body. Because not saying that vaccines are better, but if you're not taking vaccines, not saying they're going to make you healthy or healthier, and you still eating other ways or eating the foods that's going to make you sick, you might want to think about that. Another thing that I think a lot of confusion is coming and people are asking, what are the herbs and the teas that we're drinking? What is all that? What do we mean? Actually, the herbs are a list of herbs that are approved by Dr. Sebi. These herbs have medicinal qualities, and each one of them has different qualities that will help different ailments that you may have. Like right now, I have a problem with my nerves because of my stroke that I had. I'm going to take some herbs to help with that. So if you're going to do the fast, or if you just daily, you don't even have to do the fast to clean yourself. You can just still take these herbs with your daily smoothies, put them in your food, and this will help get your body clean and get the parasites and the not so good bugs that are left in our body from the foods that we eat, especially the meats. So I'm going to put a link below, and it's going to have a document into my Dropbox, and it's going to have a lot of documents from, they have a list of the herbs, the food guide, how to do a fast, and I'm working on one right now, trying to get it out before we start the 7-day fast with different smoothie guide, the smoothie suggestions. You don't have to stick to it, but they're alkaline smoothies. What to eat? Just look at the list and pick out whatever you want to eat. If you want to stick to the list, stay alkaline. If you can't stick to the alkaline stuff, just think of vegan or vegetarian. The main thing is getting away from the meats and getting away from the poisons in the food, and try to go organic as possible. If you're going to eat meat, go organic as much as you can. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I was reading the post. Uh, if you're gonna eat meat, go organic as much as you can. This is truly a huge lifestyle change. Like some of my posts you guys maybe read, may or may not be reading. I mean, I was a big meat eater, and it took a lot for me to just stop eating meat, especially fried chicken. I know it's a cliche, but I love it. It took a while for me to really transition out of that, and I still have the cravings sometimes. But it's a daily struggle. And those of you with families, with kids, that's a whole nother issue. I see a lot of posts in the groups, and I don't have children, and sometimes people ask me advice, and I'm going to give you advice from a single male with no kids. But that means there's a lot of other parents going through the same situation. You might want to reach out to them and see what are they doing trying to transition your kids, because I know it has to be a mental conflict if you're transitioning and still feeding your kids bad food or food that's not good for them. Only you can decide that again. Make those choices. We're not healers. We're not doctors. We are people in this transition with you, and we want healthy bodies. We want you to have a healthy body, especially as a people. Our people need to come together and build a healthy environment. How much to eat? I know Steve in there. What's up, Steve? He's just transitioning, and he was, saying that he's weak and having little issues, just with energy. Don't be afraid to eat. Don't be afraid to eat. Eat. I literally eat all day. I just eat fruits, and I have nuts, walnuts, or and I'll eat I got to the point I could eat a whole watermelon in one day. The key thing is to keep your energy up, and I was tracking some of the foods that I was eating on one of my apps, and I was putting it in, and it was less than 1,000 calories, and they would not post it. And I said, wow, okay, that made me think. At minimum, especially men, we got more going on than the women, and we do more. It's just nature. Not saying they're lazy, but what I'm trying to say. At minimum, try to get 1,000 calories into your body, because thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. If you're not on a fast, just eat. Don't be afraid and worry about the weight, because the weight loss is a healthy byproduct of this. If you focus on cleansing, the weight is going to fall, regardless if you want. Guys, I kid you not. I weighed in last night at 245. I woke up this morning, I was at 240. And I got off the scale, this just can't be true. And I got back on 3 times and told me the same thing, 240. So overnight, but I'm sure this is because of the progress and the process I've been doing, I had a 5-pound change. And my clothes are literally falling off me. I have to go get a whole new wardrobe now. So yeah, especially if you're working out. I ride 8 miles a day on my bike, 4 miles into the office, and 4 miles back home. And I got to get something in my body before I make that ride, because when I get to work, I'm drenched in sweat, and my heart is racing and pumping, in a good way. And you're burning energy, you're exerting, so you want to get it in you. Get it in you. So don't forget to eat. Sometime, especially on the weekends, it'd be midday and I hadn't had breakfast, and that's not good. That is not good. You got to have food. Even if you're going to do this, you still need to be around for your family. You don't want to get yourself sick and have to go in the hospital for malnutrition. So when to eat. Always eat breakfast. Eat something. You don't have to eat heavy. You don't have to think about the traditional breakfast. You just want to get nutrients in your body. You don't have to gotta have the starches, the meats, and the breads, and all that. You can pile up on fruits. You can eat salad and quinoa or something off that list. Just eat it. It doesn't have to say breakfast food. You just need something in the morning. And then at dinner and at lunchtime, get you a nice, healthy plate. There's 3 channels, cooking channels I watch. I pay attention to Ty's Conscious Kitchen. I pay attention to his wife, LP Share. and I pay attention to Blended Abode. I used to call them Adobe, but it's Blended Abode. And they have some amazing videos cooking just with these foods that are on Dr. Sebi's list. So I would, recommend that you look at these videos. Like the other night, on one of my videos, I had cheesecake made out of walnuts, and it was good. I made two pans, I ate both of them, So, and then the mindset of how you cook and what you're cooking. I know everybody like a little fried food, and it's always the best. And you're using the right oils, but still, you don't want to have fried food all the time. It's good once or twice a week, but don't fry everything. If you're going to use oil, try to use as light as possible. Keep the heat on low, and then put your vegetables in there, and then saute them that way. You can cook your vegetables in low water. You don't have to boil them, but you can steam them low, and still get the nice seasoning and tasting. I got another video coming out. I'm going to make pot stickers, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this the best, healthiest way for me, and present this to you guys. And I'm going to use less oil as possible. I'm going to make the dipping sauce, but I'm going to use the juice that comes from the vegetables, because I'm going to boil them and not saute them. So I'm going to use that and mix some other seasoning, and then you have your dipping sauce, but you usually have the little Asian foods. So try to think consciously while you're cooking, because when you transition, you want to say, okay, I want to, most people, and there's nothing wrong with it. I see they just substituting the foods, but still cooking the same way. So I remember when I first moved into the middle of LA, it's a soul food restaurant. I used to go to that place every day before I got home, loaded up the food, ate it, and just stayed in one place and went to sleep. So it was the gravies, the starches, the fried meats, or the smothered meats and all that. And I still see those type of meals coming up. Not saying anything wrong with them, but you still want to limit that type of cooking if you want to change this lifestyle, if you want to follow it. I'm not telling you how to cook, but you do what's best for you and your family, especially the kids. They, if you don't catch them before they know what food is, but trying to transition them afterwards, you're gonna have a little issues there. And I'm gonna talk with the other admins in the group, and I want to create a sister group called Sebi Babies, and it's gonna be for families, and then they can bounce off each other how they're gonna transition their kids and getting help with that. Because I remember one lady, Dina, and I felt so sorry for her. She was at her wit's end. Her kids just would not eat because he didn't like the food. And then she had a conflict there. How do you feed your children knowing that the stuff is bad that you're giving them, but their bodies need to be clean? They still want them sugary taste. They want the fun food, and I get it. I was a child, and I wanted the fun. McDonald's was a luxury for us, and boy, as soon as they said we was going to McDonald's, we thought it was Christmas in the middle of July. So that's another thing you guys are going to have to deal with. So just be cognizant of that. And then if you are have a spouse at home or maid at home, one is transitioning, one is not. I've seen a lot of women, or even men, they're transitioning, their spouse is not, and they latch on because they see the results, or they eventually get into it. One lady, I think it's Shay, I can't remember, I'm sorry if I don't remember, she fixed the food, she just put it in front of her husband, and next thing you know, it was gone, because it's, he liked the way it tastes. And then you can eventually, get them on board. Look at those videos on those food channels and look at fun ways to do this. That's what I'm doing to make it fun for me, because I live around every fast food restaurant you can think of, bike riding distance or walking distance to Popeyes, and skip, hop, and jump to a burger restaurant. And when I'm hungry, the mind tell you go eat. And if you don't have food in your house, or what you want to eat in your house, or something that's good, you're going to think otherwise. You're just going to run over there, let me get something quick and I'll be done. Again, that's up to you, how you want to do this. Sticking to the guide. The guide is just what it is, a guideline. These are approved alkaline foods. These are approved foods that will help you keep a alkaline environment. Just because you veer off of that, that don't mean you're going, like you said, that don't mean something's going to happen the next day. But if you're going to do this, as much as possible, try to stick to it. I love potatoes. It's not on the list. What red potatoes are, rose potatoes, but they're not here in America, not readily available. They come from Peru. Those are the original potatoes. The ones that we're getting are hybrids and GMO and all that stuff, and there's a little issue with that. I used to love spinach. I had spinach on everything. And ain't no lettuce, but I would eat spinach. It's not on the list. So I do kale now, but if I eat spinach, am I going to croak tomorrow? No, I'm not. So, and then trying to stick to this list. Yes, some of the food is not readily available. Some of it can be expensive. I took 2 days. Now, I was searching high and low for spelt flour. And I just hate ordering food off the internet. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just got to see it and touch it. I don't want to order something I get and it's not what I want. So I bought some spelt flour, less than I think it was a pound or so or whatever, $7. So this is something you really have to look into and look at the foods, and if you want to do it and get into it. Hey, Tina, spelt is definitely on Amazon and other, and there's a website called thrive.com. I'm gonna try to find that. They're selling organic food at way less price than everybody else. I think people see this huge movement going on, and they're jacking up the price because it's becoming desired now. A lot of people are waking up and transitioning, so they want to make that money. Just like Campbell just bought a company that makes organic or nut milk, and there you go. They see the movement, and everybody's not drinking cow's milk anymore. They want the nuts. You can make your own nut milk. There's a lot of videos out there for that. Yeah, GP. So that's why I wanted to make this quick video for you guys to see is when you transition, and the group is real active, and we really appreciate you guys participating and chiming in. And if you have any questions, just put it out there, because somebody else may have the same question, and you will eventually get an answer. If you want to know about the herbs and the teas that you're drinking, again, I'm gonna put that link in there. Tarika and Alexa, they run Teapot Naturals, and they're the ones who are selling the herbs, and they know a lot about them. They even sent some of the foods out to labs to get the alkalinity test done. Like when I first transitioned to being vegan, I saw the whole thing about this. Oh God, I can't think of the fruit now. Everybody's making barbecue out of it and all that. I can't. It'll come to me. And they sent that out to get tested, and they came back with a low jackfruit. That's it. Everybody was trying to, and it looks good. I'm like, man, that's what I'm going to do. It's not on the list, and they posted a alkalinity test on it, and they came back with a pH less than barely 4. But if you're going to die, if you're going to have that sometime, no. But it could be a good alternative, when you're trying to transition to kids, just to eat plant-based stuff. Because we have to remember, we're in America. Our diets are different. But you got a whole lot of countries around the world, and there are a lot of them. The majority part of their diet is fruits and vegetables. So they're not killing over because they're eating fruits and vegetables, and the alkaline environment is not correct. I think what Dr. Sebi was trying to teach us, especially here in America, we're so heavily relying on eating meats and drinking milks and all that from animals that is destroying our body. And to get it back right, and not for it to be a haven for diseases, we got to get that alkalinity and not be so acidic. So that's the main thing about all this. So me personally, for my sanity, I just stick to the list and just cook what I can. If not, I'm just eating fruits and vegetables all day long. Day before yesterday, my The lunch was a peach, an apple, and a cucumber. I left my lunch. I went to the grocery store, and that's what I had for lunch until I got home. And I ate some wild rice, which tastes like rice-a-roni, actually. It's pretty good. So if you guys have any questions before I jump off real quick, go ahead and post them in. But I'm going to just, and I'm still here at work. I just want to pop in and let you guys know. I'm going to put the list on the this video post once I publish it. I got a Dropbox that has all kind of guides in it, and I'm making the smoothie list right now because in a few days, on the 17th, in 5 days, we're going to do our first fast, which is for 7 days. The last one I did prior to now was 21 days, and I just jumped right in it. Never fasted like that before, and it was a struggle. Excuse me. So I think it is good for you guys, if you're going to do the fast, to see what it's like for 7 days. And so you'll know once, I think we do it every quarter, every 21 days. Once you know, next to big, you will know what to expect when the bigger one comes around. And what we try to do is do a monthly fast, just for 7 days. And what does that do? It gives your body time to heal internally, gives your organs time to relax, digest everything in there. And when it's just taking in nutrients from the liquids that you put in your body, and you're not any hard to cook food, gives your body to heal on the inside and give it time to do what it needs to do to keep you rolling, to keep you sustained, and keep you available for your families, and keep you around as long as you want to be here. If you want to go tomorrow, that's on you. But I want to be here for a while, so I want to be here healthy. I don't want to be here with bags of pills and wheelchairs and canes and all that. Like I said, I have a testimony video. I had a stroke last year at 47. That woke me up. I'm like, this is crazy. Everybody in the hospital is like, you shouldn't be having a stroke at 47. What is going on? And it was a combination of everything. It was bad food, stress, and running my business, not taking care of myself. So if you're going to transition doing the Dr. Sebi way, being a vegan, being a vegetarian, whatever, whatever works for you, let it work. But the main thing is, meat or not, I'm 48 now, so when my mom was coming up, we was eating what she was putting in front of us. The food is not the same. It's just not. And we got billions of people on this planet, and they just pumping this food out as fast as they can because of the demand is so high. So they pumping these animals with hormones and so forth so they can get bigger and get to the market faster. And they don't care. We give them $1, they're going to give us what we want. So spend your dollar wisely. Spend it, on your health. Because there's another video I posted about this this pharmaceutical rep, and she was saying that the pharmacy, the drug industry is there for maintenance, not curing. And I remember when I was leaving the hospital after my stroke, they gave me high blood pressure medicine, 2 of them, and gave me high cholesterol medicine. And I talked to the doctor, said, "Hey, doc, what do I have to do to get off of this medicine?" He said, "Me, you will never get off that medicine." And I jumped back just like that. I said to myself, "You talking to the wrong person. You don't tell me I would never do anything." And when I finally got off meats, it wasn't overnight. It really wasn't. When I finally got off and I gone back to the doctor, even taking their medicine, nothing was getting better. My cholesterol dropped 50 points from 180 something to 130 something. So you do this for you, do it for your family, or whatever reasons. Don't worry about the weight, because most of the weight is toxic waste in our body. So when you start cleansing yourself, it's going to fall off. It's going to look good when it started happening, trust me. You're looking in the mirror, taking selfies and all that. I never took so many selfies in my life. But if you focus on the health, You will get your wealth. You're going to get that weight loss. You're going to get that body that you want. Because at the end of the day, this is, how long have you been vegan? I've been vegan, I would say, going on 5 months now. Yeah, 5 months. And I just decided one day, the last doctor visit, he told me, my blood pressure and all that, and it's just genetic in African American men. And I asked him why. He told me he didn't know. So how can I trust someone who telling me something, giving me advice about my health, but they don't know why they telling me or what they telling me? So if you look at Dr. Sebi, some videos, and I recommend you guys watch his videos, listen to him. Some of them long, playing in the background, but he teaches love. And what he mean by that is, if someone's giving you good knowledge, that mean they care about you. That mean they love you. Someone who's giving you bad stuff, they don't care about you. They don't love you. So think about your loved ones. If you're not going to do anything to the detriment of your loved ones. So yeah. Sorry about that. I'm at the office. I had a phone call coming in. Yeah. If you taking medicine, if you're going to the doctors or whatever, slowly do everything together and then get yourself off the medicine. Work with your doctors to get yourself off the medicine. Even ask them, say, hey, doc, with this type of ailment, what herbs can I help? What can I take, to help me, help you, help me, Or I have high blood pressure, and what herb can I take for that? Or I have aches in my bone, what herb can I take for that? If you don't know, search. And then eventually speak with your doctors about getting off the medicine. Me personally, you don't do this, you decide what you want to do. I just stopped. I'm not going to do it. So when I say I'm not going to do it, I knew I had to do something else to take care of myself. And that's why I became vegan. And that's why I, stopped eating the meats. And trust me, the cravings are still there. I can smell some chopped fried chicken. It could be like those cartoons where they just leading and floating through the air with the nose trying to go find what's cooking. But I have to keep pushing, keep walking past it. So that's it, my people. I applaud you guys for the transition. It's going to take a while. It's nothing easy. You are changing years of things that you've been taught, and you're trying to rewire your brain and body to go against that. So don't feel bad if you you cheat. Now, that's nothing I want to say. What's cheating? You're not cheating with me. You're not cheating yourself. You know what you're doing. You know what you're eating. And what's best for you at that moment, that's best for you. But you consciously know what are you putting in your mouth. So you got to have that candy bar. Hey. You got to have that piece of chicken. Hey. That's your choice to do that. And don't feel bad about it. Because you can't be successful at something if you're hiding even from yourself. So anybody who's successful at anything says you can't get successful without failing, because you don't know what you're trying to fix and what you're trying to learn and grow from. So I just do you, basically, as they say. Just do you, and just if you really want to do this, pay attention to the group. We're going to, we post all the time. And have any more questions I'll pop off here? Because I got another video I got to do. I want to prepare the smoothie list first before I do that one about the fast that's coming up. So that's it, my people. Share this video. Appreciate your time. Peace.